Speaking different languages is a very powerful skill, especially in this era of wide international socio-economic relations and establishment of new geographic settlements for occupational and academic purposes around the world. Learning a foreign language actually makes you more confident and smart, and also improves on your communication skill as well.
She is the one for me, baby. She is the one for me. Can't let you go, this girl's ain't really for me. All I know is your love and it's about me. She is the one niggas be changing, but she want nobody, it's me that she chasing.
So here are 5 super important languages I recommend you start learning in 2023. Number 5 is Spanish. Spanish is predominantly spoken among countries in North America and in South America and some part of Europe as well. I think even in Africa, countries like Equatorial Guinea do speak Spanish. Spanish is so easy to learn, especially for French and English speakers, because the alphabet are similar and the pronunciations of words are much easier and similar to that of English and French. And I highly recommend Spanish for people who are into travel, literature, arts, beauty, etc. Number 4 is French. French is another easy to learn language and it's spoken globally. I think almost everywhere you go in this world, there are a lot of people, there are thousands or millions of people who speak French. Most neighboring African countries are French speaking countries, like Cote d'Ivoire, like Algeria, like Niger, Burkina Faso. All of them speak French as their official language. It's much easier to learn, especially because most of the words or the pronunciation are also similar to that of English, and I highly recommend that for people who are into the fields of philosophy, science and fashion as well. Number 3 is Arabic. Arabic is another super important language to learn. It has about 422 million native speakers, and one thing about it is some way somehow difficult because of its complicated writing, so much rules associated with its grammar and the dialects. Different Arabian countries have different dialects and all that, but don't worry much about that. It's so fun when you just learn the original Arabic or the traditional Arabic. It's much more easier and simple, and I highly recommend speaking or learning Arabic for people who are into the fields of business, yes, and engineering, like energy and security as well. Number 2 is Chinese. Chinese is another very important language to learn. The Chinese are almost everywhere. They are very hardworking people. They will own much businesses. So, I mean, learning how to speak Chinese also helps you to communicate with these people. And I highly recommend it in the field of, so for people in the fields of business and all that, because they own much business and they are the fastest growing superpower. They have the largest economy as well. They own much businesses and all the main companies. So I mean, like, learning how to speak their language is very important. I highly recommend that you can interact with such people, work with them, and it's so fun. The only difficult thing about learning Chinese is about the writing. That's where I find it very difficult. The writing, that's the most difficult part I see. Apart from that, everything at all is just easier to learn. So number 1 is English. English is a very important language as well, and I know everyone at all watching this can speak English, but if you already speak English, I just recommend that maybe you improve upon it, not by learning some accents and all that, but just improve upon it, improve on your grammar or something. It's very important. And if you can't speak English as well, I recommend you just learn how to speak English, because it's spoken almost everywhere on this planet. I mean, totally everywhere on this planet there are people, or millions of people, who speak English all around this world. I just can't wait to see you being fluent in one of these languages in 2023. Just pick up this challenge and start from today. Start learning from today. I know it's just not 2023, but just get started from today. Start learning a new language from these 5 languages. Just choose one you think it's easy for you, and let's get started.